Hi guys, okay, I'm going to do a video today reviewing some nail products that I've picked up recently. It's, as you can see from the title, if you've read it or if you haven't, I'm going to be reviewing the textured nail effect, which I've sort of been sort of crazy about from the moment I saw them. I thought, oh, that would be such a good thing to kind of get for my collection. So I've picked up two nail polishes and they're both of different brands, so I'm going to be doing sort of like a compare video as well as just reviewing the textured nail like in general. So I'm going to get on and start. Hopefully you can see everything. I don't know if the lighting's good or not, but anyway, we'll find out. Okay, so the two nail products that I've picked up recently one is from Barry M, and as you know, Barry M is like my favourite nail paint brand, and the other is from 17. If for those of you who don't know, I think it's a Boots, it's exclusively at Boots, so it's a Boots brand basically. So yeah, they're both drugstore brands, so they're both very affordable and they're very cheap. I think if you wanted like a more high-end textured nail, then you probably should go look at Nails Inc. I think they've got some of the best ones. I think I was going to buy that at first, but they're like £12, so if you're looking for a cheap alternative, are good enough for me anyway. So I'm going to show you what they look like. So they look like this. Obviously this one's from Barry M, and that's the colour, and this one is the 17 one. Yeah, they don't focus, so I'll show you from afar. It's what they look like. Okay, so I'm going to just sort of like go through like what I think about both products, my first impressions, anything else that sort of struck me when I was using it. I've actually painted them on my nails to sort of show you after, well, I could probably show you in a bit, but I've painted on my nails so you can see what it looks like on the nail and not just in the bottle. So yeah, I'm going to go through like little things that that I can compare, and we'll see where it goes. Okay, so basically we'll start by the colour. So for Barry M, the colour is Ridley Road, R-I-D-L-E-Y Road. I don't know how you say that. Ridley, I think is Ridley Road. So basically to me that is just a really nice, it reminds me of Nails Inc, because Nails Inc have all these prestigious names like, I don't know, I can't think of one, like Sloane Square I think it is, or the Kensington one. There's all kinds of different ones for Nails Inc, so it's quite a nice, like, has an expensive feel to it if you've got a kind of like a unique name anyway. But to me it's just sort of a the colour is minty, sort of a nice minty turquoisey colour. So yeah, it just looks like that. Yeah, so 17, this colour is just grey. It just says grey on the bottle, so I'm assuming grey. And it's not like a light grey, it's quite a hard dark grey, I think more like a slaty colour. So yeah, that's pretty nice as well. Okay, so for the cost, the amount of both of them was actually £3.99, so again it's very affordable. I think anyone could afford a £4-ish sort of nail polish. It's very standard. Barry M I know anyway, I do pay, well, I think all of their nail polishes are about £2.99, £3.99, so it's fine. 17, I think their ones, some of them can be a bit more expensive, but yeah, that's a pretty good price for a brand new nail paint. So yeah, it's really good. Mils, as in sort of how much is in each of the bottles. I don't know what to say about that. Yeah, both of them again are 10 millilitres each. So yeah, I think in terms of fairness, I guess it's good to see that both of them are exactly the same price and there's the same amount of product in each, so that sort of works out well. Okay, so for packaging, I thought that for the Barry M one, so this one again, it's more obvious what it is because it does actually say textured nail effect. I'll probably put like something going on here, right here, to show you like close-ups and stuff, but yeah, it's more obvious just because of the top. It actually does tell you what the effect is, whereas with 17 it doesn't actually tell you. I mean, you have to look very close to see that. I like the fact it does have like the textured nail sort of effect going on the top lid, the bottle top, so you can sort of have a feel, but it doesn't actually tell you it's textured. It says on here 17 rock hard nail effects. So you're kind of thinking, what effect is it? Until you actually look on the back, and then it tells you it's a matte textured nail in just 2 coats, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, they're both mattes as well. They're both matte nail polishes. So yeah, I think in terms of packaging, this one was a little bit misleading. It wasn't very clear, so I was a bit like, had to look around for that one. But this one's classic Barry M style anyway, so I sort of knew where to look. So it's in your face, so you can't really miss it. Sorry, I'm just reading from my I made a list of what I wanted to say again. Okay, application. So I was disappointed with Barry M because usually I buy Barry M just because it's cheap, and when I'm applying the nail paint, it actually goes on pretty smooth. It has a good consistency. But this time round, I don't know what it is, but maybe it's because of the textured nail thing. It's made it quite thin. So when I put it on my nail, it went on, and I didn't see the colour so much. Maybe this review is a little bit unfair because this is a lighter colour anyway, so maybe with lighter colours you do have to put an extra 2 or 1 coat on top. But I don't know, like, it was very thin, and it was very it was watery, so it sort of ran everywhere, and it was quite messy putting this one on, so I was disappointed. So that's unlike Barry M, but yeah, I don't know what happened with that. Maybe I got a bad batch. So I had to apply 2 coats to get a bolder colour, though it looks very pretty on the nail when you do put the 2 coats on, so that's always good. And for 17, obviously it's a 1 coat just because it's a darker nail paint. Application again was very smooth. I didn't have any clumps. Usually with other nail paints, especially the cheaper ones, you do get clumpy application, but it was very good, very smooth. So yeah, I've got other 17 products, so I sort of know that it was a reasonable product as well. Okay, so the result, or what did the texture effect look like? So in the Barry M one, the texture effect is more tighter. So again, I'll put a little picture here to show you what I mean. It looks more like pores on your nail, so it's sort of more consistent texturing. It looks like it's basically, I don't know how to say it. Well, basically you'll see the picture here anyway, so you'll see what I mean. And this one, it was more spare, so you sort of had a bit more of a realistic like texturing going on. It did remind me a bit of a typical rock face. So you know how rocks don't have a sort of consistent texturing going on, you know, some bits will be sharp, some bits will be quite smooth. So this one was more realistic. If you're looking for like a rocky effect, then this one is a little bit better. This one looks more sort of not textured, it looks sort of like porous. So yeah. But yeah, so the texture was more noticeable in the 17 one than in the Barry M one. Okay, so wearability. So both of them had pretty good wear. You know, I put it on my nail, took a picture. Again, I'll put a picture here. And yeah, they looked really good at first, and when they dried, they just were, you know, really great together. I sort of did a tester where I went about my daily routine. So I went to do the washing up straight afterwards, or after they dried. I went to do some dinner, I did some homework, I went to bed, washed my face, that kind of thing, and got up in the morning, had a look. And again, another picture here somewhere. And obviously for the wearability, the 17 had slipped up a little bit just because there was chipping on the nail and some of the nail paint had got lost. The Barry M1, again, that's why I love Barry M, it stayed in place, there was no chipping whatsoever. Yeah, it's pretty good after a day. So drying time. So for the Barry M1, again, as I said, because it was very thin, it did take a while to dry. I'd say it took a good, don't know, I would say 10 minutes, 10-20 minutes to dry properly. I mean, that sounds a bit extreme, but to be honest, I was like really conscious of smudging it while I was waiting for it to dry just because it was so thin. So it wasn't particularly good. I wouldn't say that it dried very well at all. Yeah, it wasn't that great. And anyway, it took a good half hour for me to really see the sort of effect of the textured nail. It wasn't so obvious when I put it on my nails, but after a half hour then I started to see the texturing come up a little bit more. For 17, it was almost instant in a way that it took no more than 5 minutes, I'd say. You know, I had it on my nail, looked at it again, it dried, I tested it with my fingertip, and yeah, none came off, so that was good. And yeah, I saw the effect instantly. I saw the texturing, and it was really good, and good consistency too. Okay, so the last point, so both of these nails, both of these polishes are great for summer. You might think this one's a little bit more unconventional just because it's darker, but I think both of them together actually look so great together. If you're going for like a typical summer outfit, then this is one of the nail paints I think it's going to be huge this summer. Again, mint is like everywhere. And This one is good because I think it gives a bit of the outfit that you might be wearing in the summer, a little bit of a rough edge. It's sort of like a rock chick, sort of tough metallic sort of feel. So if you're looking for a bit of an unconventional nail paint, then this one is the one to go for. But yeah, they're both really great. They both they're really pretty colours. I do like this grey and I do like the mint. And they're very neat in finish as well. My ratings are that I would say Barry M. Though I love Barry M so much, I think I'd have to give it a 3.5 out of 5 because of the little errors, and it wasn't maybe as great as I thought it would be. I do love the colour though, but I'd have to say my winner is 17, which is a bit of a woo moment because Barry M, I do love it, but 17 I'd say is a definite maybe 4 out of 5 because everything else that it did right. So I would buy both of these again actually. So guys, go and check out the textured nails effects soon. I don't know how long they're going to be doing this thing for, but yeah, go check it out because they're really good and I love them both. So thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in my next video. Bye.